Part 8. Pirates, check-in from Mariejois. Author, rock_candy_strawberry. Chapter 72. We have done everything we can do. Now let's wait for the highest level of combat power to win or lose. The winning factor in the war has never been us. Beckman said calmly with a cigarette in his mouth. This man had this look in his eyes that he had everything under control, as if what he had just defeated was just an ordinary cat or dog. After listening to Beckman's words, all the captains fell silent. As veterans who have been on the sea for many years, they also knew the truth. They all looked up at those devastating figures and begged, "Sure. Gotta win." "You lose." Momuzagi Vice Admiral Shanks put the long sword in his hand on Momuzagi's neck. At this moment, Momuzagi's eyes were full of bitterness. "She never thought that her dignified vice admiral candidate would allow me to become the vice admiral. Lost at the hands of a pirate, and this pirate didn't try his best." "Your swordsmanship is not weaker than that of Hawkeye Mihawk," Momuzagi said, looking at Shanks with a sunny face in front of him. Although Shanks is smiling now, as if he is a big boy next door, as long as Momuzagi knows how scary Shanks who just picked up the sword is, Shanks' eyes just now are extremely sharp, no less than the one who was looking for someone recently. The great swordsman Hawkeye competes in swordsmanship. Hawkeye once had a sword duel with her, and she was defeated by Hawkeye's sword in just 3 moves. According to her estimation, Shanks' aura now feels as good as Hawkeye's. "Do you also know that guy? He is my friend. He is very strong. I have never defeated him, and of course he has not defeated me." Shanks mentioned Hawkeye with memories. It was obvious that he and Hawkeye had an unusual friendship. The battle between Levi and Kizaru is in full swing. When Levi used to watch anime, he remembered that Kizaru was looked down upon by Zephyr because of his over-reliance on the power of the fruit. However, after a competition, Levi discovered that Kizaru's body had already been tempered like fine steel. Kizaru followed the same path as Levi, using the fruit's ability to temper his body. Because Kizaru has a vulgar face and Kizaru's lazy personality, he has always been despised by everyone. Now Levi knows that Kizaru's strength is truly unfathomable. Kizaru's application of sparkling fruit has already reached its peak. In his hands, sparkling fruit has been developed to an impeccable level, whether it is melee combat or long-range attack, whether it is individual combat or group combat, whether it is movement or defense. The point. "Old man, you can't do it anymore. The boss said that boxing is afraid of young people. Although you use rich fighting skills to reduce your physical consumption, this is not the answer after all." At this moment, Tetsalo was like a god made of gold. His whole body was shining with gold, and Zephyr's blow could leave scratches on his golden body, but after the golden divine fire, Tsuru's golden divine body returned to its original state. Golden divine treasure. Tsulo let out a loud roar, and then the gold on the ground continued to gather towards Tsulo like a river. After that, weapons completely made of gold condensed and formed on the golden river, including swords, guns, swords, halberds, axes, hooks and forks, and then all the golden weapons continued to shoot towards Zephyr. Zephyr's whole body was covered with dark armament haki. Although he knocked away all the incoming weapons, Tsuru's weapons were coming in an endless stream. Soon Zephyr couldn't hold on anymore and his breathing became very heavy. Big beads of sweat continued to fall down his forehead, and then his body was pierced by several golden weapons. "Ah! Damn it, if I were 10 years younger, I would never lose." Zeta lay on the ground and kept roaring. "Farewell, Zephyr," Tsulo whispered. Then golden weapons formed behind him, and with sharp whistling sounds, these weapons flew towards Zephyr. A golden flash appeared in front of Zephyr, and then golden starlight flew out of his body. These starlights exploded when they hit Tsuru's golden weapons. "It's so embarrassing, teacher Zephyr." Kizaru's wretched face appeared in front of Zephyr. "Are you here to laugh at me, poor Salino?" Zephyr's body was covered in blood. "You are still so unyielding, Teacher Zephyr, Kizaru helped Zephyr up. At this moment, only Kaido is left on the battlefield, still fighting Sengoku and Garp. It has to be said that although Kaido is said to have no brains, his physique is really unparalleled in the world. Sengoku had already transformed into the giant Buddha state and still could not subdue Kaido. The three of them kept fighting on the sea. Waves nearly 100 meters high were stirred up in the sea. Changzi Island had been beaten by them and disappeared, but in the air did not affect their battle at all. Brumuru, Buru Buru. Kizaru's phone suddenly rang. Kizaru's face changed slightly when he answered it, and then he shouted to Sengoku, "Marshal, retreat, there is an emergency." Sengoku forced Kaido back with a shockwave. Kizaru appeared next to Sengoku and whispered a few words to him. Then Sengoku said to Garp, "Retreat." Marine was gone in the blink of an eye, leaving only the pirates in a carnival. Friends, today is the 5th update. The author is working hard on coding. If you think this book is good, please vote for flowers, evaluation votes, monthly votes, and rewards. As the author is working hard to code, your support is my biggest motivation. Pirates, check-in from Mariejois. Author, rock_candy_strawberry. Chapter 73. We survived, we really survived, all the pirates rejoiced. Kaido kept roaring at Sengoku and Garp in the distance, two cowards, they ran away less than halfway through the battle with Laozi. Chase me. So Kaido sat on his flagship and ordered his men to chase Marine. The two sides chased farther and farther, and in the blink of an eye they disappeared into the sea. Today we are all teammates fighting side by side, and today's victory is the result of our joint efforts, Levi said to the surviving pirates while holding a wine glass. After that, everyone raised their glasses and drank it all. Pirates are a group of very strange people. Just like the banquet held by Levi now, many people have blood feuds with each other. They can drink as much as they want tonight. Yan Huan, but after this banquet, they will not be merciful when attacking each other. Drink. The pirates took out all the good wine they had collected. Wines from all over the world have their own characteristics. Although chefs are not the standard for every pirate group, there are many chefs among so many pirate groups. Dishes with different characteristics were brought to the table one after another, and everyone drank wine with different styles together. Tizero used the power of his golden fruit to build a high platform of pure gold, and then he slowly walked towards the high platform holding a golden microphone. Tetsuya snapped his fingers, and then the golden musical instrument he made automatically sounded without wind, and the melodious melody sounded. It was Binks's wine that the pirates were all familiar with, and they immediately sang loudly along with the melody. Yo ho 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 ho. Yo ho 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 ho. Yo ho 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 ho. Yo ho 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 ho. Guests are served fine wine and face the wind, rain, and huge waves. My favorite flag is flying under the clear sky. Looking at the distant scene together, I long for it. Birds circle in the sky chasing the sunset. Leaving the familiar port, I miss my hometown the most. How unforgettable it was to sing a melodious song together as a child. The frail body is filled with dreams. The majestic man lets me wander around the world. Binks drinks and toasts with friends by his side. There are you and me on the sea chasing hope. The waves accompany me to sleep. The boat is my home and my safe haven. The skull flag blowing in the wind brings me strength. Open a new chapter of the era for our respective dreams. The sound of beating drums spreads to every place in the sky and sea. No matter how big the storm is, move forward bravely without hesitation. This is how a man should live a wonderful life. Yo ho 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 ho. Yo ho 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 ho. Yo ho 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 ho. Yo ho 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 ho. A midnight show with Binks's fine wine. Drunk and dreaming about past times. Always stay by my side like the bright moonlight. Spreading on the sea is another beautiful night. Binks's wine toast and the music plays again. Put aside all the songs of the sea and sing together. The journey is long, so are the difficulties, so are the setbacks. We have wine and we have friends partying until dawn. Yo ho 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 ho. Yo ho 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 ho. Yo ho 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 ho. This is a magical piece of music. Although its melody is very simple, it is widely sung. Almost all pirates can sing this song. This song Binks's Wine is really a pirate song. As this music played, the entire banquet fell into a carnival. This was the largest banquet that Levi had ever attended, and it was also the largest banquet that these pirates had ever attended. After all, dozens of pirate groups with nearly 20,000 pirates fighting for the same goal are unprecedented in the history of pirates. Their strength may be different, but they are equal at this moment. A captain of a pirate group who is in charge of a ship is toasting with an ordinary sailor, and two complete strangers are talking and laughing loudly. This is the charm of pirates. Levi fully felt this spirit at this moment. The pirates sang, danced, cried, and laughed. During the banquet, everything was allowed to be unrestrained, and it was not allowed. Someone is laughing at you. Everyone, cheers to our collective bounty increase of 100 million, Shanks blushed and looked drunk. Cheers. Everyone was completely drunk. As time went by, more and more pirates fell to the ground, until finally only Levi was left. Brother Levi, what are your plans next? Shanks asked Levi. I don't know, just take it one step at a time, whatever, Levi replied casually. Shanks glanced at Levi and said with a smile, I don't know why, I always feel that you are different from us. Although you are doing pirate work, you don't have a pirate flag now, and I haven't seen you recruiting crew members. Who said that to be a pirate, you must have a pirate flag? Levi interrupted Shanks directly. Yeah. Why do you have to have a pirate flag to be a pirate? Shanks laughed. To these words, cheers, Levi and Shanks drank again. Friends, this is the 6th update today. The author found this section of Binks's Wine after searching a lot of information. I didn't want to delete it, so I put it all up. Friends, I once again beg for a wave of flowers, evaluation votes, rewards and monthly passes. As the author is working hard to code, your support is my biggest motivation. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Pirates, check-in from Mariejois. Author, rock_candy_strawberry. Chapter 74. By the time the party ended, it was already dawn, and Levi and the others drank all the wine. When Levi first boarded the ship, he felt a stranger's scent in Perona's room, and Levi immediately woke up from his drink. So it's you, Moria. Levi was surprised. Levi originally thought that Moria had left the sea to escape Kaido's pursuit, but he didn't expect that he hadn't left yet. I didn't expect you to have the strength to fight Kaido. Moria's face was full of bitterness. At this moment, he lay gently next to the sleeping Perona and watched carefully, as if he wanted to engrave Perona's appearance in his mind. Let's go out and talk. Levi led the way, and the two of them came to the deck outside. What are your plans for the future? Levi asked. Of course we are recruiting crew members to conquer Kaido again. Moria's eyes were full of determination. My life was exchanged for the lives of all the members of the Moria pirates. Our goal has not been achieved yet, so I will go all out to achieve it. Moria clenched her fists tightly. Levi looked at Moria in front of him, and he couldn't help but sigh secretly in his heart. Moria's mind was now full of hatred. He hated Kaido for destroying the Moria pirates, he also hated himself for being weak. What about Perona? Levi asked the question to Moria. Originally, Moria challenged Kaido with the determination to die. He didn't know that he could survive. Now that he is back, Perona should have a place to belong to. Moria hesitated for a moment and said, "Let Perona follow you. My heart is full of hatred now, and I can only spend the rest of my days in darkness. This is my hatred, and I shouldn't bring her in." "Then does the 1/10 of the territory you mentioned still count?" Levi asked. Moria was stunned for a moment and said, "Of course it counts." Moria and Levi laughed at the same time, and Moria burst into tears and snot from her laughter. "I'm leaving, remember to take care of Perona." After saying this, Moria turned into a bat and disappeared, leaving only Levi's sigh on the entire ship. "Boss, where should we go next?" Enel asked. Now the Golden Lion has floated to the front half of the Grand Line to replenish the ferocious beasts, and even their golden ship is still on the island. "Go to the Fishman Island." "I'm going to pay homage to an old friend," Levi said to Enel. Ever since he took the three Hancock sisters and separated from Tiger in the Sabayati archipelago, Tiger has been escorting Koala back to his hometown. After completing the escort, they were tipped off by local residents, and the Sun Pirates learned of the surprise attack by Marine who had already been ambushing here. On the island, Tiger was also attacked by Marine Rear Admiral Stowberry's troops. Fisher Tiger was seriously injured in the battle. He hated human blood and refused a blood transfusion. Fisher Tiger died of excessive blood loss. This is how a generation of Murloc leaders ended their lives. Levi once warned Tiger to be wary of human informants, but he underestimated human greed, and eventually he lost his life because of his carelessness. Speaking of which, Levi was also responsible for Grid's death. If he hadn't killed the celestial dragons, Aokiji wouldn't have chased him, and Tiger wouldn't have been injured. With Tiger's strength, the Rear Admiral was no match for him, but it was useless to say this now. Levi still wanted to pay homage to Tiger. After all, Tiger was his first friend. Since their ship was empty, they crossed the Red Line directly to the Sabayati archipelago. Thanks to Rayleigh, Levi and others coded the boat without queuing up, so they started diving towards the Fishman Island. The Fishman Island is now protected by Whitebeard. With this protective umbrella, there are significantly fewer pirate ships coming to the Fishman Island to capture slaves. After all, Whitebeard's anger is no joke. Levi and others were safe along the way, except for this little girl from Perona who kept yelling and yelling as if she had never seen the world. Levi had Jinbei's contact information, and he had already contacted Jinbei when he dived from the Sabayati archipelago, so he saw a fat blue man's figure as soon as he arrived at the port of the Fishman Island. "Mr. Levi, please come this way." Jinbei led Levi towards a remote place, and finally they came to a coral forest. "This is the tomb of Brother Tige." Jinbei looked at Tiger's photo, and the corners of his eyes became moist. Since Tiger died, he seemed to have become the boss of Fishman Street. Normally Jinbei looks confident, but only here does he show his weakness. Levi also looked at Tiger's photo quietly. Originally, he had a lot to say to Tiger, but when it came to his mouth, he felt it was too pretentious, so he and Jinbei left the place after Tiger toasted him with a glass of wine. Today's 7th update, the author is still working hard on coding. The book will be on the shelves at 8 o'clock tonight. Please support me. The author finally asks for a wave of flowers, evaluation votes, rewards, and monthly votes. The author begs you on your knees, thank you. Pirates, check in from Mariejois. Author, rock_candy_strawberry. Chapter 76. The Fishman Island, Backstreet. This is a gathering place for fishmen. When every fishman sees Jinbei, they will respectfully call out Brother Jinbei, and Jinbei will nod to them with a serious look on his face. "Mr. Levi, sit over here." Jinbei sat in a quiet room with a serious face and made a cup of tea for Levi and others. Now Jinbei has lost the youthfulness of the past, and his every move is very elegant. Today is the day when Princess Otohim of the Fishman Island gives a speech, so all of us fishmen went to see her speech. "Please forgive me for the poor reception," Jinbei said to Levi. "It doesn't matter, It seems that your princess of the Fishmen Island is very loved by the residents of the Fishmen Island, Levi sighed. Seeing Levi praising their princess, Jinbei immediately looked proud. He said with admiration, "Yes. Our princess is a truly loving person. She thinks the same as Brother Tiger. She advocates the peaceful coexistence of fish and fish. In order to get closer to and understand humans, she also launched a signing campaign for the entire the Fishmen Island to move to land, and she is preparing to express her appeal for moving to land at the World Summit." Jinbei took a sip of tea and continued, "Princess Otohim also personally set an example for the fishmen. In addition to leading soldiers to rescue the people on the ship, she also personally taught the children of the Fishmen Island about land knowledge. Just in the previous paragraph at that time, one of the celestial dragons in distress was influenced by her. He is really an amazing person." Levi also expressed deep praise for this kind of person, but he would not use this method. Princess Otohim is a born saint. She tries to influence people's hearts with love, but little did she know that the human heart is the most fickle thing. Levi's heart suddenly shook. "Jinbei, what year is this year?" "See Circle Calendar 1510, what happened?" Jinbei replied with a confused look on his face. "See Circle Calendar 1510? Isn't this the year that Princess Otohim died?" Levi said to Jinbei, "I also admire Princess Otohim very much. I wonder if I can go and listen to the princess's speech." Of course, so Jinbei took Levi and walked towards the square of the Fishmen Island. As soon as Levi arrived at the square, he saw among the crowds of fishmen, there was a man with long wavy golden hair, blue eyes, orange hair accessories, and a long robe with a fish scale pattern. Levi remembered that Princess Otohim was born with observation haki. She could hear the thoughts in other people's minds, so she often used this ability to give speeches with great success. Now Princess Otohim is giving a tearful speech. 1,000 years ago, the human sage Joibo and our Murloc princess Poseidon jointly made a commitment to the peaceful coexistence of humans and Murlocs. Today we are gathering in front of her statue. However, today, 1,000 years later, we still do not have the equality we want. My people, I want to say to you, at this moment, I still have a dream. I dream that one day, the children of the fish people can run freely under the sun, and our people will live in a world where they will not be judged by their race. At that time, we can work together, fight together, explore together, live together, and safeguard freedom from day to day. I dream that one day, on the Red Line, the Murlocs and the humans will have a drink and talk about the love of brotherhood. I dream that one day, the Murlocs, giants, and fur tribes will all be able to avoid the strange eyes of the humans. Otohim's speech made Levi feel a little excited, but this is an ideal after all. The original fishmen were silent, but they didn't know who started it. Suddenly the entire fishmen shouted to Otohim, "Return our signatures, we will not believe the despicable human race." Yes, they were the ones who killed Tiger Dejao. All the fishmen became very excited, and they began to rush forward. Jinbei was shocked and said, "Hurry and protect the princess." The fishmen's guards built a human wall in front of Otohim, but in front of the surging fishmen, this human wall was in danger and seemed to be broken through soon. Levi's eyes were sharp, and his conqueror's haki was released along the Murlocs. The Murlocs began to fall in pieces. In the blink of an eye, everyone except the princess and her guards. The rest of the fishmen fell down. "Mr. Levi, thank you very much," Jinbei bowed deeply to Levi. Both parties were fishmen, and he could not take action on either side. Levi's conqueror's haki solved a big trouble for him. "Thank you very much, Mr. Levi." Otohim also ran over and said to Levi. But when she saw Levi, her pupils tightened and there was fear in her eyes. "Please give me flowers." "What's the problem, Princess Otohim?" Levi asked curiously. "This idea of yours is very dangerous. It will make this world a river of blood and countless lives will die," Otohim said to Levi. "Have you seen my heart, Levi also became very surprised. Would he also observe Haki, but he did not feel Princess Otohim's prying eyes at all. Mr. Levi, stop your thoughts. You are far more dangerous than the leader of the Revolutionary Army. Durag Otohim's eyes were full of sincerity. Once Levi's idea is implemented, it will have immeasurable consequences in the entire world. Of casualties. 0, 0. Levi couldn't help but laugh. His plan was originally planned to be implemented after the Golden Lion caused trouble in Marineford. Unexpectedly, Princess Otohim saw it today. Otohim, now that you have seen my plan, don't you feel that this is the most thorough way to solve the problem? Levi asked Otohim. No, we can influence everyone with love. As long as everyone is influenced, we will also get true peace. Otohim still insisted on her point of view. Don't be naive. Will the celestial dragons give up their status? Will the corrupt royal families in various countries give up their interests? They have long since become black-hearted, or even have no heart. Levi sneered at Princess Otohim's words. Mr. Levi, I thank you for doing this for me, but you are too dangerous. You are not welcome on the Fishmen Island. Please leave. At this time, the weak Otohim's attitude was surprisingly firm. Okay, without further ado, leave, Levi said to Princess Otohim. Jinbei, be careful of the mole. Sometimes the same race is much more hateful than the alien race. Levi warned Jinbei. Although Princess Otohim is very irritating, Levi also admires her mind. If Jinbei can understand what he said, maybe Princess Otohim can survive. If not, then let's follow the trajectory of history. Princess, why are you so afraid of this person? Jinbei asked doubtfully. At this time, Otohim was still trembling. The Revolutionary Army just wants to overthrow the celestial dragons, and he wants to subvert the entire world. Oto. Pirates, check-in from Mariejois. Author, rock_candy_strawberry. Chapter 77. Boss, where should we go next? Enel asked. Go back to Sabayati Archipelago. I'm going to summon Luo and Hancock. Levi said to Enel. Now that the date for Golden Lion to attack Marine headquarters is getting closer, Levi has to prepare early. At the same time, he and Hancock haven't seen each other for a long time, and he also wants to see the results of Hancock's recent practice. Levi is gathering a concubine. Hancock's whole body was full of love, looking like a nymphomaniac. Hancock, you are the Emperor of Nine Snakes, and everything you do is responsible for Nine Snakes Island. Levi is too dangerous, Gloriosa advised Hancock earnestly. What a fuss. Hancock kicked her down to the second floor, and with the sound of heavy objects falling to the ground, the screams of Grandma Gilalio 427 also came. Even if Nine Snakes perish, everyone will forgive me, because I am so beautiful. Afterwards, Hancock let out a narcissistic laugh. Sandersonia, Mariejois, inform the Nine Snakes pirates to prepare to go to sea, Hancock said to his two sisters. After that, the melodious horn sounded on the island of Nine Snakes, and each of the female warriors of Nine Snakes quickly headed towards the big ship of Nine Snakes. These warriors are the new generation of warriors on the island promoted by Hancock. After such a long period of hard training, each of these warriors has mastered observation haki and armament haki, and their bows and arrows can also have armament haki attached to them. And their arrows can easily penetrate iron plates. Sister! Sister, you are so beautiful today. The moment Hancock showed up, every one of Nine Snakes warriors' eyes suddenly turned red, their cheeks turned red, and they all fell into confusion. Their expressions were like those of star-chasing girls seeing their idols. In fact, Hancock has been impeccable in Nine Snakes in the past 2 years. Whether it is in governing the country, personal cultivation, or appearance, she has done everything to perfection. The residents of Nine Snakes are saying that Hancock is the best in Nine Snakes. The greatest Emperor Snake has ever known. Apart from running the country, Hancock often trains with these warriors. Therefore, the strength of Nine Snakes warriors has improved rapidly in the past 2 years. Nine Snakes only has one pirate ship. If you want to see the outside world, you can join the Nine Snakes pirates. Fighters of Nine Snakes, you have been silent for too long. From today on, it is time for the world to see the style of our Nine Snakes pirates. Hancock stood on the bow of the ship and spoke to the Nine Snakes warriors. As she spoke, every female warrior became very passionate. The Nine Snakes pirates set sail and go to sea. Following Hancock's order, the pirate flag of the Kuja pirates began to fly, and countless Kuja people burst into tears. Since the death of Kuja's last emperor, they had not seen Kuja for a long time. The pirate group's flag flew. Until today, the new emperor of Nine Snakes finally led the Nine Snakes pirates to carry out their first plunder at sea. This is a moment of great historical significance, and every member of the Nine Snakes tribe came to see him off. Hancock, that man Levi is very dangerous. He will destroy us Nine Snakes. Gloriosa stood in the crowd and was full of sadness, but Hancock is the current emperor of Nine Snakes. She can raise objections, but the emperor's authority will never allow it. Provocation, Hancock has made up his mind, and no matter how much she exhorts him, it will be of no avail. As the two snakes in front of the Nine Snakes pirates' ship roared, the Nine Snakes pirates' ship began to slowly leave the port. These two Lion Majesty, which were comparable in size to the Sea Kings, were Hancock and others entering and exiting the calm belt. The guarantee is because the two colobrid snakes are extremely venomous. Therefore, ordinary Sea Kings do not dare to provoke them easily. Report to Marshal Sengoku, the Amazon Lily pirates recently went to sea again, and the leader is a woman named Boa Hancock. A messenger reported to Marshal Sengoku with a stack of information. The Kuja pirates are different from ordinary pirate groups. They are a pirate group based on a country. Like Wanakuni, which is close to the country, it is also a very powerful country. Moreover, Kuja Island is in the calm belt and has the Sea Kings. With this natural barrier, the world government has not yet conquered Nine Snakes Island. If Wanakuni is a country full of swordsmen, then Kuja is a country full of warriors. Every woman on this island knows armament haki. Xiao He, how strong is the new emperor of the Nine Snakes pirates? Sengoku asked Commander He. Since this pirate group came out, 7 or 8 pirate groups with bounties over 100 million have fallen into their hands. Because the female warriors of Kuja are very rare, they are very popular in the slave market. But targeting them, all of Nine Snakes slave catching groups were destroyed by this woman, and according to the information found, this woman awakened Conqueror's haki when she was a child. Crane Vice Admiral reported Hancock's past to Sengoku with a serious look on his face. Conqueror's haki's qualifications. There's another monster among the pirates. Sengoku tiredly put down Hancock's information and asked Haki, how is Dr. Vegapunk's research on the technology for free entry and exit from the calm belt? The experiment has been successful, we just need to apply it on a large scale, Crane Vice Admiral replied, and then she seemed to have thought of something. She said with a look of shock, Sengoku, the Nine Snakes pirates cannot be wiped out. Otherwise, Nine Snakes, the soldiers coming out in full force, will bring endless trouble to the sea. Tell Gloriosa, the former emperor of Nine Snakes, the news of the successful experiment. She is a smart person and knows how to choose. Haven't we already recruited the king of King Sobel 2.5, Bartholomew Kuma, who is known as the tyrant, as Shishibukai? Let Kuja become the next Shishibukai, Sengoku said to the crane. He thought of the guy who looked fierce but spoke softly. The bear took the initiative to find Marine and wanted to become a Shishibukai in exchange for him giving up the throne of the Sobel kingdom. Crane Vice Admiral always felt that the bear became the Shishibukai order for a purpose, but she still doesn't understand what the bear does. First announce the bounty of Snake Princess Boa Hancock. The bounty is 100 million belly, Sengoku said to Crane Vice Admiral. After that, the news spread throughout the sea with the news bird. Seeing Hancock's unparalleled face, countless pirates were excited. Because Hancock was born on Nine Snake Island, all the pirates called her a pirate. Empress. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Pirates, check-in from Mariejois. Author, rock_candy_strawberry. Chapter 78. Sabayati Archipelago. Today's pirates all got up early. Unlike in the past, they just went to the bar together. Today, all the pirate ships began to clean up, and every pirate began to put on the latest clothes. Their messy hair was straightened out. A big event happened in Sabayati Archipelago today. Recently, the Emperor of Nine Snakes, the pirate empress who won a 100 million bounty just after she went to sea, Boa Hancock, who is known as the most beautiful woman in the world, is coming to Sabayati Archipelago. There are very few powerful female pirates in the entire pirate world, let alone beauties like Hancock. The most famous female pirates in the pirate world now are four emperors: Charlotte Linlin and her daughters, but it's really hard to describe how she and her daughters look. There is also Katerina Dupont, known as the Swanyu Hunter. Her appearance is acceptable, but she is still locked up on the 6th floor of Impel Down. Boa Hancock not only has monster-like strength, but because she is the Emperor of Nine Snakes, she also has this noble and elegant aura about her, which makes Hancock's aura even more charming. Therefore, when her reward order came out, she became the dream lover of many pirates. Some people say that Hancock's appearance is 11 to 15 times that of the popular actress Sindori. This statement won everyone's approval as soon as it was said, so she was also called the most beautiful woman in the world. Although they don't know why Hancock came to Sabayati Archipelago, all the pirates have an idea. If Hancock is fascinated by Laozi's breath, then Laozi is crazy. So all the pirates were dressed up, as if they were going to a dress-up party. Hancock, Hancock. When Kuja's pirate ships began to enter the port, all the pirates began to roar at the Kuja pirates, and there were even some weird pirates holding banners to show their love to Hancock. When Hancock came out of the boat, she couldn't help but frown slightly when she saw the pirates who were drooling at her. Then she put on her contemptuous attitude and said, "The lustful heart tempted by me, it will definitely harden your body." Hancock made a careful gesture to the pirates present. All the pirates' eyes suddenly turned into hearts. When their hearts were beating wildly and their eyes were starry, they saw Hancock's red lips slightly opening. Marrow marrow mellow. Following Hancock's voice, all the pirates present turned into stone statues. They still maintained their expressions before turning to stone, but they didn't know anything anymore. A group of arrogant people dare to care about my beauty. I only have brother Levi in my heart. You should be damned if you covet my beauty, Hancock said arrogantly, and then she started to move. A pair of long legs walked towards Shucky's bar. Kill these arrogant people. How dare you care about your sister's appearance, Sandersonia ordered. Afterwards, Nine Snakes warriors came to the pirates' ships and smashed the pirates' stone statues into pieces. Boya Sandersonia and Boya Marigolu headed towards Shucky's bar. Hancock seems to have arrived when Levi and others arrived at the Sabayati Archipelago. In the Proverbs, they saw the warriors of Nine Snakes constantly breaking stone statues. See Lord Levi. I don't know which Nine Snake warriors saw Levi, and all the warriors immediately bowed to Levi. Long time no see, Platycodon grandiflorum. Levi greeted a cold and charming woman with a black ponytail and slender pink eyes. This woman was the national protector captain of Nine Snakes. She was the one who blocked Levi from letting Levi and Tizalo go to the island. After 2 years of getting along, they all became friends. What's going on? Levi asked Kikyo. They are all a bunch of rude people who care about the Empress, Kikyo replied. At this moment, everyone in the Nine Snakes pirates came to pay tribute to Levi. Each of them had received guidance from Levi, and Hancock also told them that meeting Levi was like meeting Hancock. Is that so? Levi's heart was filled with murderous intentions, and even a group of ants dared to miss his woman. 100 million Ford Brontosaurus. Levi pointed his finger at the petrified pirate ships on the shore, and a divine dragon made entirely of thunder and lightning rushed toward these pirate ships with its head and tail swaying. Boom boom boom. As the Brontosaurus swam away, all the pirate ships on the shore were blown to pieces. Master Levi seems to be much more powerful. As Levi walked ahead, he heard the discussion of these female snake warriors. I didn't expect that Boss Levi actually has a relationship with the Emperor of Nine Snakes. Lugo admired Levi even more. Speaking of which, Lugo followed Levi for the shortest time. He only stayed on the ship for a while and then went to the Drum Kingdom to learn medical skills for 2 years. The Drum Kingdom is worthy of being the home of medical skills. Although Lugo only stayed there for 2 years, his platinum lead disease was cured on his own. Platinum lead disease is said to be an incurable disease. Now Lugo relies on up fruit to eliminate all the platinum lead in his body. This shows how extraordinary up fruit is. This time, it was because of Lugo's special circumstances that Levi went to pick up Lugo and missed Hancock. Shucky's bar is still the same. Although several years have passed, the symbolic layout of the bar has not changed at all. Long time no see, Sister Shucky and Hancock. Levi looked at the two beauties in front of him and smiled. Hancock looked at Levi stunned, then tears brewed in her eyes. Levi, I finally see you. Hancock suddenly threw himself into Levi's arms. After a long time, Hancock reluctantly left Levi's arms. Only then did Levi realize that after several years of development, Hancock's figure had become more and more attractive. It's great to be young. Shucky held her chin with one hand. She looked at Levi and Hancock with nostalgia in her eyes, as if she was remembering her youth. Levi, Hancock is here to thank me for saving my life. Why are you here? Shucky smiled and pushed a glass of wine in front of Levi. Levi looked at the glass of wine in front of him, and the corners of his mouth twitched faintly again. He thought of the 5 million Baileys he was cheated by Shucky last time. Don't worry. There's no charge for drinks this time. Shucky laughed. She was indeed an information dealer, and she could tell what people were thinking from the expressions on their faces. I'm here to pick up Hancock, Levi said to Shucky. Rayleigh was still in the casino today, so they didn't meet each other because Levi had something to do. They just exchanged a few words and left here. Pirates, check-in from Mariejois. Author, rock_candy_strawberry. Chapter 79. Hancock, this is our doctor, Trafalgar Law. He is a user with up fruit ability. This is the doctor I invited to remove that mark for you. After Levi and the others returned to the Nine Snakes pirates ship, Levi brought Law over. When he escaped from Mariejois, he promised Hancock that he would treat her scars, and now is the time for him to fulfill his promise. Lugo was holding the demon sword and crying with a cold look on his face. He had a mustache on his chin, making him look like a 20-year-old young man instead of a 15 or 16-year-old boy. I'll go first. Sandersonia was afraid that her sister would be in danger, so she took the initiative to stand up and give it a try first. She took off the cyan jacket she was carrying, and then her hand slowly moved towards her white underwear. Because there were two men, Levi and Lugo, beside her, her face was blushing and she looked very shy. No need to take it off, you just need to tell me where your scar is and how deep it is. Lugo still looked cool. Afterwards, Sandersonia and Mariejois carefully described the approximate location of the brand to Lugo. Okay, I know. Lugo threw Guyway up and shouted in a deep voice, room. A transparent space with Lugo as the center instantly enveloped the entire house. The moment this space expanded, Guyway stopped instantly when it originally fell. Lugo took out Gooey Cry, and Gooey Cry made a wonderful arc, and then half a complete piece of skin appeared on Lugo's hand. Is this it? Lugo asked them. At this moment, Sandersonia touched her clothes. Her clothes were not damaged at all, but the pattern was the hooves of the celestial dragons that she had hated for so many years. Yes, that's it. Sandersonia gritted her teeth and said, at the same time, she also felt strange that Logo cut her skin, but she didn't leave a trace of blood. Mirror image, rebirth technique. Logo's fingers touched Sandersonia's back, and then Logo took Gaiwei back into his hand, and at the same time his operating space was also taken back. Done, Sandersonia asked in a trembling voice. Certainly. Logo nodded with a smile, and then retracted his operating space. After that, Hancock's two younger sisters hurried to their room to check. After a while, they said to Hancock with joy, "Sister, it's gone, it's really gone, not even a trace of scar left down." Hancock also became ecstatic. They have been carrying this shame for many years, and now they can finally solve it. Logo's op fruit is really extraordinary. Levi carefully inspected Hancock's back, and there really wasn't a single scar left. Hancock was at the peak of her life, and her back felt infinitely beautiful at this moment. Hancock, let the 9 Snakes pirates return first. We also have to go find the Golden Lion and deal with a big thing, Levi discussed with Hancock. Don't worry, it's getting late today, why don't you rest here for the night before leaving? Hancock looked at Levi with affectionate eyes, which almost melted Levi's heart. Early the next morning, Levi and Hancock came to Proverbs refreshed. Enel, go find the Golden Lion, Levi said to Enel. They have been away for more than half a year. Golden Lion told them some time ago that everything is ready, and now Golden Lion is waiting for Levi. Proverbs sailed at an altitude of 10,000 meters, and then they met the Golden Lion here. At this moment, Golden Lion's fleet is much stronger than before. In addition to the previous big island, he also has 50 pirate ships escorting around. Levi, you are finally here. If you don't come, I will go to Marineford by myself. The Golden Lion couldn't help but feel happy when he saw Levi coming. Levi is the only pirate who understands him, so he is also happy to be with Levi. Communicate. Can we start? Levi asked Golden Lion. Of course, even the big news Morgans came to my boat in person to witness the big news. Golden Lion laughed. As the Golden Lion left, a white birdman dressed in a gentleman's style walked in from the main hall at the back. He saluted Levi and others very gentlemanly and said, I am the president of the World Economic News Agency. You can call me, I'm Morgans, but I prefer to be called Big News. Several people followed the Golden Lion towards the main hall. At this time, there were 50 people sitting in the main hall. Judging from the aura emanating from their bodies, these 50 people were by no means weak. Let me introduce to you, this is the captain of the 50 pirates under my command. Later, they will attack Marineford with us. Golden Lion laughed and explained to Levi and others. At this moment, these captains were all frowning. Levi looked at them and saw a green collar on their necks. Levi's eyebrows jumped heavily. Golden Lion was really a hero. In order to prevent these captains from escaping during the battle, he actually used pet fruits to control all these captains. Lord Golden Lion, all the newspapers under my command are rushing to print the news that you will fight in Marineford in 3 days. When tomorrow, all parts of the world will receive this news, this will be the big news that truly shocks the world. Big news. Morgan's whole body was shaking with excitement. Morgans, how are the preparations for the live broadcast? Golden Lion lit a cigar and blew out a smoke ring, then he leaned back comfortably on the back of his chair. I have arranged nearly 500 broadcast points and even Marine headquarters Marineford has prepared them. I have to say that this idea of Lord Levi is something I have never thought of in all my years in Lijiao industry. I have a hunch. Live broadcasting will have a huge impact on the world's news media. After the forest war, Morgans was still chattering. Levi glanced at Morgans in surprise. This guy is indeed the world's top intelligence dealer. He really has an amazing sense of touch. Maybe he can cooperate with this guy in the future. Stop talking nonsense and let's get started. I'm tired of waiting, Golden Lion interrupted Morgans impatiently. After that, a video phone bug and a big screen were set up in Marineford, Sabayati Archipelago, Logue Town, the Fishmen Island, and almost all Prosperous Islands. As a burst of snowflakes flashed by, a figure with long blonde hair appeared on the big screen. That's the Golden Lion. Some elders recognized this legendary pirate, and their whole bodies trembled with fear. Pirates, check-in from Mariejois. Author, rock_candy_strawberry. Chapter 80. Golden Lion Shiki. That's Golden Lion Shiki. Countless older people recall the days when Golden Lion was proud of the sea. The pirates at that time were a group of truly ruthless and cruel people, and Golden Lion Shiki was the leader among them. Golden Lion Shiki has been silent for so long that many young people today do not know the character Golden Lion. The older people once again told the young people about the feats of Golden Lion, making the name of Golden Lion Shiki resound throughout the world again. The leader of the Sky Pirates, who once occupied most of the sea area alone, the Pirate Admiral, and the biggest rival of Pirate King Gold Roger. He invaded Marineford alone and fought Sengoku and Garp alone for 3 days and 3 nights, and was the first to escape. Pirates in the undersea prison. Wow! The young people were so shocked by his deeds that they could not help themselves for a long time. Although some of them knew the name of Golden Lion, because Golden Lion had devoted himself to researching the plan to destroy the world in these years, he was the least significant among the 4 emperors. Through the narrations of the older people, they learned how powerful the Golden Lion was in the past. When this big boss returns to the world, what kind of changes will it bring to the world? Golden Lion? What is this guy going to do? In Marineford, Sengoku's office, Daoren's head was buzzing again. Admiral, Garp, Crane, and Zephyr were all gathered together. At this moment, there was a projection bug in front of them, with the image of the Golden Lion being played on it. This villain cannot be allowed to speak, otherwise it will cause endless turmoil in the sea, Zephyr spoke. It's useless. This guy Golden Lion has been preparing for a long time. According to reports from various ministries, almost all the islands are broadcasting his images. This must be a big event, Crane Vice Admiral sighed. They are all people who have experienced that turbulent era, and they all know the terror of Golden Lion. This is Golden Lion's long-planned activity, and they cannot stop it. They can only see what he is going to say. The Golden Lion squinted his eyes and slowly blew out a smoke ring and said, Laozi is the Golden Lion. In 3 days, Laozi will attack Marineford. Marines, you have 3 days to prepare. When the time comes, Laozi will visit. I just hope you don't let me get too excited, disappointed. Gee ha ha ha. With a burst of laughter from Golden Lion, the live broadcast ended. Although he turned off the live broadcast, his words shook the whole world like 10 bombs. As expected of a big boss in the Vij world, this style is hacky. It's crazy, how dare this guy attack naval headquarters. What shocking news this is. The crowd of onlookers became panicked. Although Golden Lion was talking about 3 days later, the panic had already begun to spread throughout the world. Damn it, wouldn't it be nice for this guy Golden Lion to just stay here? Why does he have to come out and stir up trouble? Sengoku angrily pounded his mahogany desk. The desk he usually regarded as a treasure had a hole punched out, but now he seemed not to see it and just kept pounding the table. Since Golden Lion has made a gauntlet for us, let's hurry up and prepare. Garp looked serious now. He had fought with Golden Lion several times, and he was the one who sent Golden Lion to prison. He naturally knew that the Golden Lion was a formidable enemy. But 3 days is too short. We can't mobilize many troops at all. And the most important thing is whether Whitebeard and Kaido will also take action. Crane Vice Admiral analyzed each one. Every time they said something, The admiral's brows tightened. Sengoku's glasses flashed, and he added, also, don't forget, that man's pirate group is called the Flying Pirates. His pirate group can fly regardless of the terrain, and he can attack us from a high position. Please don't forget the last battle at Marineford. Mentioning the Marineford battle, everyone present straightened their backs. That was something Marine would always be ashamed of. On that day, the Marine headquarters was turned upside down by Golden Lion alone. It was the time when Marine Admiral was changing from old to new. The current 3 admirals were still vice admirals at that time. A mere pirate dared to attack Marine. This heinous person must be eliminated. Lava emerged from Akainu's fist, and the smooth floor was continuously corroded by his lava. Have you noticed that the new pirate star Levi is next to the Golden Lion? Crane Vice Admiral suddenly said. Except for Akainu, everyone in this office has seen Levi. Levi's growth rate is too fast, and he is also a conqueror's haki. No one knows how far Levi will eventually grow. He is less than 20 years old, Crane Vice Admiral sighed. A Marine Admiral who is less than 20 years old, what does this mean? Everyone knows that the people in this office are at the top of the world in terms of strength, but what were they doing when they were 18 years old? Thinking of this, everyone fell silent. Different from Marine's gloomy mood, Golden Lion felt relaxed all over at this moment. Originally, according to his plan, he was going to throw an island directly to Marineford as a challenge, but compared with Levi's live broadcast around the world, that was too out of place. Golden Lion, this is my ship's doctor, Trafalgar Law. He can remove the rudder on your head. After all, with this thing on your head, it won't let you fight freely. Levi glared at Lugo, who was standing next to Golden Lion, said. Afterwards, Golden Lion took Lugo to the infirmary. I have to say that Golden Lion was very courageous, and he was so trusting of a young man he met for the first time. Seeing the Golden Lion retreating, the other captains also left their seats and returned to their pirate ships. Baby 5 and several other little Lolita jumped towards Levi. Boss, Golden Lion taught us a lot during your absence, Baby 5 said to Levi excitedly. Several little girls chattered about their experiences of being separated from Levi. Monet had finally grown up, and her eyes kept turning to Hancock and Peronade. I wonder who these two are. This is Perona, you two should get along well in the future. Levi pushed out Perona, who was hiding behind him, and introduced to the girls. I am Levi's wife, Hancock said proactively before Levi could speak. At the same time, she held Levi's hand without leaving a trace. As both women, Hancock could tell that Monet had thoughts about Levi, but with Hancock here, how could he give other women a chance? You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Pirates, check-in from Mariejois. Author, rock_candy_strawberry. Chapter 81. What a terrifying sense of oppression. Levi suddenly felt a terrifying and abnormal wave coming from the back of the hall, and this breath was getting closer and closer. At the same time, a sound of footsteps was getting closer and closer. The 50 captains under the Golden Lion were still drinking heavily. When they felt this breath, their expressions suddenly changed. Some of them couldn't even hold the wine bowl in their hands. This aura? The Golden Lion in his heyday is back. There is a pirate who has been following the Golden Lion on the sea. He always remembers how terrifying the Golden Lion was in its heyday. Now the Golden Lion has lost both legs and has serious injuries on his head. Even the Golden Lion has 4 Emperor's level combat power. Da. There was a sound of footsteps, and then Golden Lion slowly walked into the hall with Sakura 10 and Deadwood on his waist. Behind him, Lugo and Breed followed. At this moment, not only was the rudder on Golden Lion's head missing, but his legs were also restored. Brothers, the Golden Lion, am back. The Golden Lion sat on the main seat, and he only said this to the captains below. Golden Lion. Golden Lion. Golden Lion child. The captain below shouted with complete excitement. Ever since Impel Down escaped from prison, Golden Lion's character has become more extreme and moody, so his subordinates fear him more than respect him. Now all the subordinates seem to have returned to the days when they fought against the Golden Lion in the sea. The Golden Lion who devoured the world is back. Okay, let me, the Golden Lion, take you to Marineford today and cause chaos in him. Golden Lion raised his head and laughed. Kill, kill, kill. The captains below also responded enthusiastically. In history, no pirate group has ever dared to go to war with Marine, not even the Pirate King Roger. We are going to make history. Everyone in the Golden Lion ship group, your names will also become an immortal glory in the history of pirates. Admired by all pirates, Levi saw that the atmosphere was heated, so he also added fuel to the fire. All the captains have blood-red eyes and heavy breathing. Pirates go to sea for nothing more than fame and fortune. They have followed the Golden Lion for many years. For them, wealth has long been like a passing cloud. But now, an opportunity to become famous in the world is right in front of them. The Golden Lion picked up the bowl and drank all the wine in the bowl. Then he threw the bowl to the ground and smashed it to pieces. When the other pirates saw Golden Lion's movements, they also acted like Golden Lion. For a time, the whole hall was filled with the sound of bowl smashing. Golden Lion fleet, warm. Golden Lion shouted energetically. Subsequently, the entire Golden Lion fleet began to drift towards Marineford. The Golden Lion continued to gather small islands along the way, making the size of the Golden Lion fleet even stronger. From the root of the Golden Lion, you can see that there is a large shadow in the sky. It's fluttering. Others can see it, and Marine can naturally see it too. At this moment, Marine is constantly reporting to Marineford every move of the Golden Lion. At this moment, in Marineford Square, densely packed Marines have already occupied the entire square, and densely packed cannons have already filled the surrounding fortresses. In order to prevent the Golden Lion air raid on Marineford, all the Marine family members and Marine interns in Marineford have evacuated from Marineford. Black Arms effort took the interns to guard the periphery of Marine. Their strength was too low, so they could only do these chores. Sengoku, 3 days is too hasty. We can only gather 100,000 Marines, and not all of these Marines are elite Marines, and the strength of Marines is also uneven, he complained to Sengoku nonchalantly. Sengoku listened quietly. He knew that Crane Vice Admiral had such a problem. Whenever a war came, Crane Vice Admiral would come to him to tell him. She was not complaining. This was a habit of Crane Vice Admiral. Only these things kept coming. After thinking over and over again, she could realize the omissions in the plan. Ziahe, the government also knows about this. Marshal Kong has given us a death order. We must completely annihilate the Golden Lion's fleet to deter all pirates, Sengoku said to He. Sengoku, do you still remember what day tomorrow is? Crane Vice Admiral's eyes tightened, obviously thinking of something terrible. Tomorrow, Sengoku was stunned for a moment. He thought about it for a long time but still didn't know what day tomorrow would be. See Circle Calendar in 1948, the date of Pirate King Roger's execution in Logetown is tomorrow. Maybe because she is a woman, she is more sensitive to things like dates. Please give me flowers. Sengoku was shocked, and he suddenly had a terrible guess in his mind. Ziahe, do you think Golden Lion is like Roger, coming with the determination to die? If that's really the case, then we have lost strategically, Crane Vice Admiral also sighed. At this moment, Sengoku looked back at Marine's lineup again. 3 admirals were sitting on the high platform. Aokiji is on the left, Akainu is in the center, and Aokiji is on the right. In order to prevent the 4 emperors from causing chaos, Garp has gone to take charge of the New World. Below the high platform, nearly 100,000 Marines have been deployed. Sengoku felt a little ridiculous now. None of the Marines knew that they were about to deal with a man who wanted to die. 0. Around Marineford, reporters from major newspapers had already arrived at the Sabayati archipelago early. They were all waiting for the battle between the Golden Lion and Marine. This would be the most shocking event since the execution of Roger the Pirate King. And Marine obviously has this intention. They have set up many phone bugs in Marineford to spread the photos all over the world. They dare to live broadcast this war for the whole world to see, which fully demonstrates Marine's belief that they will win. They are doing this. Show strength to all pirates, in order to deter all pirates and maintain the peace of the sea. The soap bubbles of Sabayati archipelago are shining with colorful and blurred light under the sunlight, but now everyone's eyes are no longer interested in admiring these beautiful scenery. They are anxiously staring at the screen in front of them, waiting for the war to begin. Not only the Sabayati archipelago, but also countless people in other parts of the world are waiting for the war to begin. This is the first real collision between pirates and Marines, which has extraordinary significance. Golden Lion, is this the end you are preparing for? It really suits your character. You are arrogant enough. The eyes of the whole world are watching you. Whitebeard also knew the news. As Golden Lion's friend and old rival for many years, the tall old man naturally guessed Golden Lion's plan. He picked up the wine bowl and pointed it at the virtual sky's path in front of him, for your sake. The glorious ending, cheers. Pirates, check-in from Mariejois. Author, rock_candy_strawberry. Chapter 82. Sengoku, what kind of approach do you think Golden Lion will take? He asked Sengoku. After a day of preparation, all of Marine's preparations have been completed. As an old rival of Golden Lion, Sengoku can be said to have a very good understanding of Golden Lion's character. Of course, attack from the sky. What Golden Lion likes to do most is to throw islands from the sky. He likes to see his opponent being frightened, Sengoku replied, looking up at the sky. He is also waiting for the Golden Lion's attack. Now that Marine has made all the preparations it can do, the only thing it can do now is to wait for the Golden Lion's attack. He's here, Sengoku said calmly. As soon as he finished speaking, Crane Vice Admiral saw a black shadow appear in the sky. The black shadow expanded rapidly, and then a small island with beautiful mountains and clear waters appeared in the sky above Marineford. 130 so exaggerated? He really deserves to be the great pirate Golden Lion. The pirates watching the battle at Sabayati archipelago immediately became excited. The pirates are also paying attention to this contest. At the bottom of the big screen, the red-haired Shanks, Doflamingo, and Crocodile were all listed, just like the scene when they watched Roger's execution in Logetown. In Sea Circle Calendar 1510, the great pirate Golden Lion brazenly launched a war against Marine headquarters Marineford. Porisalino, it. Following Sengoku's command, Kizaru's body turned into a golden flash and flew towards the sky. After that, the golden stream of light in the sky continued to hit the small island. In the blink of an eye, the small island turned into tiny particles and landed in Marineford. Kizaru! 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 His own admiral was so powerful that the morale of all the Marines was greatly shaken. 100,000 people cheered Kizaru's name together. This momentum immediately made the crowd watching the game excited. This is Marine who protects us? Now we have 100,000 soldiers, as well as Marshal Sengoku and 3 admirals guarding the Golden Lion. The residents on the islands immediately started talking about it. Marine is the most powerful person in the government agency. Today it showed its fangs in front of all residents. Long time no see, Sengoku. A majestic voice sounded in the air. Although it was only the voice of one person, he suppressed the cheers of the 100,000 Marine soldiers. Afterwards, a figure wearing a yellow and white kimono with 2 swords at his waist walked out above the clouds. When the image bug photographed this person's face, Many people were trembling. All the evil in the world was revealed in this person's eyes, and they were all frightened. Golden Lion Shiki, Sengoku gritted his teeth and roared at the figure. Sengoku, my old friend, don't worry, the gift I give you has just begun. A wicked smile appeared on the corner of Golden Lion's mouth, and then he snapped his fingers, and 2 more islands fell from the sky. Oh my God! How many islands did he take with him? Everyone was shocked by the appearance of Golden Lion, who would attack others from a high altitude if they disagreed with each other. Who can bear this? Don't even think about it. Kizaru's figure turned into a flash of light and hit the island. Amazing, Kizaru. Laozi will see how many you can break today. Golden Lion snapped his fingers, and 4 more islands landed. Great eruption. Ice Age. Aokiji and Akainu stood up at the same time and struck towards the island, and the 2 islands were shattered at the same time. I want to see how many you can break. Golden Lion snapped his fingers again, and then nearly 100 islands smashed towards Marineford like a meteor shower. Escape, quickly avoid. Sengoku yelled at Marine below. He never thought that the Golden Lion would be so frantic that he took so many islands. The Marines fled in all directions, and their original formations were disrupted. The place where the Golden Lion's island fell was Marine's artillery array, which was his priority target. Ouch! With the landing of the island, the ferocious beasts that Golden Lion had accumulated over the years were also released. He used the cover of the island to land his base camp safely in Marineford. Oh my God! What kind of monsters are those? The Marines were frightened by the monsters in front of them. They fired wildly at these monsters, but they were too big and the guns had no effect on them. These monsters rushed into the Marine camp in the blink of an eye, causing horrific damage to the Marines. These ferocious beasts rushed out of the island in an endless stream. Above the clouds, Breed was constantly directing the direction of the ferocious beasts via remote control. Is this the result of all your years of research? Golden Lion. Sengoku also received information that the Golden Lion has been studying a grand plan to destroy the world, but the Golden Lion has been suspended at an altitude of 10,000 meters all year round and Marine cannot detect it at all. Golden Lion's army of ferocious beasts has completely offset Marine's numerical advantage. Don't panic, everyone, come with me. The low-level Marine officers killed the ferocious beasts in front of them with 1 blow. Afterwards, the Marine soldiers used them as nodes to organize effective resistance, and the charge of the ferocious beast army was gradually contained. Boys, it's our turn. Seeing that the charge of the ferocious beasts was blocked, the 50 pirate groups under Golden Lion also drew their swords and charged towards Marine. Golden Lion, don't be arrogant. Kizaru transformed into a ray of light and came to the Golden Lion, kicking the Golden Lion. At this moment, a bolt of thunder suddenly appeared in the sky and knocked Kizaru to the ground. Who actually shot down Admiral? The crowd was shocked again. There were so many strong men today that they could hardly count them. Above the ground, the light continued to gather 3.6, and then Kizaru's figure condensed into shape again. At the same time, the thunder in front of him also turned into a silhouette. We meet again, Kizaru Admiral. Enel turned the golden stick in his hand in a circle and greeted Kizaru. It's you again, you kid playing with thunder. You are no match for me. Why come to die? Kizaru said to Enel. I'm just holding you back for a while. You won't die. Enel's figure turned into a thunder again, and then a silver thunder light and golden light continued to collide in the square. Ugh! Golden Lion, you damn guy, you didn't even notify me of such an exciting battle. Loud cries came from the sky, making Sengoku's expression change greatly. Kaido of the Beasts, why is this guy here? Crane Vice Admiral exclaimed.